Money, power, secret, hidden in plain sight. Have you ever wondered how some names echo through centuries, quietly shaping the world behind the scenes? Tonight, we follow one of those names, a name that has become synonymous with influence, banking, and conspiracy. The Rothschilds. But who were they, really? And what connection, if any, did they have to the Freemasons, to the secret networks of money and power that have shaped modern history? Our story begins in the late 1700s. Europe was changing. Wars raged, empires shifted, and money, real liquid power, was becoming the lifeblood of nations. Enter Mayer Amschel Rothschild, a man who, in Frankfurt, would plant the seeds of a banking dynasty. He wasn't alone. Around him, a network of financiers, merchants, and yes, secret societies whispered behind closed doors. Among them, the Freemasons. But what role did these brotherhoods play in shaping money, influence, and even politics? Some historians suggest that the Freemasons were more than just a fraternity of ideals. They were a network, a web of trust. And in a world where information moved slower than gold, trust was power. Fast forward to the early 19th century. Europe was embroiled in conflict. Napoleon Bonaparte sought to redraw the continent, and in the middle of it all, the Rothschild brothers, stationed across Frankfurt, London, Paris, Vienna, and Naples, they developed a system to move information and money faster than anyone else. Courier networks, rapid transfers, intelligence about battles before the generals themselves. This was more than banking, it was influence. Could it be that these early financial maneuvers had deeper connections to secret societies? The Freemasons were said to value discreet influence, and Mayer's sons had the same quiet ambition. By the mid-1800s, the Rothschild name was firmly established. London, Paris, Vienna, capitals of finance, connected by invisible threads of credit and communication. But there was something more, subtle yet powerful. Freemasonry often emphasized principles, loyalty, secrecy, brotherhood. For bankers navigating the turbulent world of kings, revolutions, and empires, these principles were invaluable. But was it coincidence that some Rothschilds were rumored to be affiliated with these circles? Or was it strategic alignment, access to networks, influence, and information? History doesn't give us clear answers, only whispers and traces. Yet the intersection of wealth and secrecy is impossible to ignore. The world entered a new era industry, imperial expansion, global trade. Banking evolved from ledgers to international finance. The Rothschilds, like other elite families, adapted, and the Freemasons remained an enigmatic presence, often intertwined with influential circles of the day. Could some of the greatest decisions of the century, loans to governments, financing wars, shaping industries, have quietly passed through these networks? Did the name Rothschild merely symbolize wealth, or something more profound, a symbol of power, hidden in plain sight? Notice a pattern, not a proof, but a recurring intersection of finance, secrecy, and influence across centuries. Today the Rothschild name still resonates. Though less visible in headlines, their legacy persists in banking, in philanthropy, in networks that continue to shape economies. And the Freemasons? Still a subject of fascination, still shrouded in secrecy. Membership is private, yet whispers of influence linger in boardrooms, political chambers, and corridors of power. It's tempting to dismiss these connections as coincidence, but history rarely moves in straight lines. Often, it moves in webs, threads, invisible to the casual observer. So what does it all mean? Did the Freemasons, the Rothschilds, and other secretive networks orchestrate events from behind the curtain? Or are we drawn to patterns because the human mind craves order in chaos? One thing is clear: power rarely announces itself, wealth rarely shouts, and influence often hides behind a name, a handshake, a network few understand. The Rothschilds are not just a family, they are a lens through which we can examine centuries of money, power, and secrecy. And the Freemasons, a reminder that networks of trust, seen or unseen, can shape the world in ways we barely perceive. History doesn't reveal all its secrets, but sometimes the shadows are enough to make us wonder, to question who really pulls the strings, and to realize that the story is never as simple as it seems. The Rothschilds, the Freemasons, power in plain sight.